with the famous young lion picture of Morrison on the cover. And the headline was, "He's gorgeous, he's sexy, he's dead."
He's gorgeous, he's sexy, he's dead.
Many instilled their candles on his grave. His death was one of the great tragedies of rock and roll.
Testing out the mic. I don't know if anybody can hear me.
In a nutshell goes, Jim and Pam at home playing records and watching movies. And Pamela decided to go to bed. Jim said, "I'm going to have a bath."
Jim?
A few hours later, Pamela woke up, realised Jim wasn't in bed, went to see where he was and found him dead in the bath.
Jim?
Went to see where he was and found him dead in the bath. Went to see where he was and found him dead in the bath.
The rock god's death was a world away from this romantic.
Wow, that was loud.
And that he died on the toilet of a nightclub called the Rock and Roll Circus. Sam Burnett was the manager.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. So we find Jim behind this wall. He had some foam here on his lips and some blood on his nose.
350.
1965,
Still on 350.
was all about the Beach Boys. But in LA's Venice Beach, former film student Jim Morrison teamed up
I wonder if I gotta hit the
Ray Manzarek to create a new sound.
bell.
Jim couldn't play a note to save his life, didn't even consider himself a singer before Ray forced him to sing his poetry.
Tracks like The End were about to change the music industry forever.
The camera looks terrible.
The Doors became influential and especially immediately because they were such a contrast to the existing scene.
720 looks much better.
1966. They were the first rock band to successfully bring art to pop music, to rock music.
But the Doors' success quickly descended into chaos as Morrison's stage performances became increasingly controversial.
There were police actually inside the stage for most of those late Doors concerts, waiting for something to happen. If he wasn't simulating sex with a microphone, or he was put his hands down his trousers or whatever.
Things came to a head at a concert in Miami, where he allegedly exposed himself.
No, not Jim Morrison.
Now, 2 warrants for Jim Morrison. One of them is for indecent exposure. The other is for the use of obscene languages during his performance at Dinner Key Saturday night.
Morrison was sentenced to 6 months in prison in Florida for indecently exposing himself. But while on bail, he skipped the country, heading for Paris in March 1971 to live with his girlfriend, Pamela Courson. His new drinking den was the Rock and Roll Circus, a hip Parisian club, then managed by 22-year-old Sam Burnett.
I did not recognize him at the first time, at the first place, and people wouldn't recognize him. We had to tell the people, Jim Morrison, he's here, he's over there, staying at the bar.
By the time he hit Paris, Morrison was in the grip of alcoholism.
Most of the time he was coming already pretty wrong, and we couldn't speak there. He would be in about 10 minutes. He had 3 drinks and maybe a bottle of vodka, and then we couldn't talk anymore.
4 months after he arrived in Paris, the official story is that Morrison had drunk himself to death.
Jimmy Morrison.
Jim, what? Come in!
But right from the start, some people refused to believe this official story. There was no autopsy, and Sam Burnett claims the doctor called was quick to dismiss the death of an American hippie, however famous he had once been. Simply concluding that Morrison had died of a heart attack. brought on by heavy drinking and the hot bath.
And he signed the papers right away, so, to yes, Jim is dead, 8 o'clock in the morning, blah, blah, blah. And so everybody left. So that was the end of the official story.
But Sam Burnett claims that the official story is wrong. Jim Morrison, he claims, died a lonely junkie's death on the toilet of a seedy nightclub. His body moved so the club would not be raided by police.
This was the era of the French Connection. This heroin was potent, which was all over Paris, all over France, but it was coming from Marseille. A lot of people were indulging in that, not least Morrison's girlfriend, Pamela. Pamela was a serious heroin addict. By serious, I mean had to have heroin every single day or she'd go into major withdrawal. She was a junkie.
Sam Burnett claims he knows exactly how Jim Morrison died. He claims that on the night of his death, Morrison arrived at the club to score some heroin for Pamela. It was a fatal mistake.
That's why he was nervous. And then he started at the bar for a while. And he looked like he was expecting someone. He was watching at the staircase all the time and looking around, and then two guys came. And the two guys were dealers.
According to Simon Wells, those dealers could well have been working for a French aristocrat, allegedly the major source of the powerful heroin sweeping through Paris.
If he was hanging out in Rock and Roll Circus Club that night, as has been suggested, many of these reports are taken 30, 40 years since, he certainly came to the orbit of this character called Count Jean Petit, who was having an affair with Marion Faithfull, as well as supplying potent heroin to the coterie of aristocrats and celebrities. It's a pretty dismal character.
Whoever Morrison allegedly met that night, Sam Burnett claims he soon left them for the toilets, perhaps carrying a sample of the powerful heroin. If, as it's been claimed, he then took the drug by snorting it up his nose, it was a deadly mistake.
Damn.
I've seen people OD on heroin and alcohol. It's instant. There's no delay. There's no kind of agonizing, oh, I'm going. You're gone.
Damn.
Sam Burnett says he discovered his body sometime later.
See, the first place was pretty weird, actually. We were a guy sitting in the toilet, and I realized it was Jim Morrison. So, I came to him and looked at him. He was sleeping or collapsed or whatever. He had some little foam here around his lips and some blood on his nose.
Within moments of Jim's body being discovered, as he wrote in his book, The End, Sam Burnett claims the Count's dealers were wanting to make the body disappear, with the club owner's permission.
I said, no, we can't do that. So I called him all over the place. Maybe, he thought of that. If the police come here, Jim Morrison died in the club, maybe the club's going to be closed, and we're going to have problems, and there was an investigation. So, if these friends wanted to take him back home, let him do it.
They rolled the body up in a blanket, carried it through the back stairs to the adjoining club, took it up onto the street, put it into the back seat of the car, and two henchmen drove it back to the apartment. They dumped it in the bath, poured hot water to delay the rigor mortis and disguise the time of death.
So is this the truth behind the death of Jim Morrison? That his body was moved so a Paris nightclub could keep its license? Despite
Wow.
the testimony of many who claimed they were there, Simon Wells is not so sure.
The problem is because everybody's whacked out, nobody really knows what really happened. He may well have gone to the club and bought the heroin and gone home and given in to Pamela. He may well have expired in the toilet and they dragged him home. Who knows? I mean, this is pre-CCTV. The reality was he was found dead in the bath. That's the only reality we have to go with.
Perhaps none of those theories are true. No curses, no big charts, no strange men with briefcases full of LSD. But we'll never know, because rock and roll will always be stranger than life. Alcatraz, the world's most notorious prison. It was supposed to be escape-proof, built to house America's most dangerous criminals.
Everybody wanted to know about
Anybody around? Let me know how it sounds. I just got a new microphone.
I would never tell you what I'm telling you now.
But now, former
I got the last one at Target.
reveal long-hidden secrets behind the rock's most infamous escape.
Should sound a lot
All of
better.
the focus is usually on the three that got away. But there were two other guys that, when you look at the FBI reports, were also very clearly.
I was trying to find a
players.
webcam.
And just beneath the surface,
They're all sold
behind
out.
the penitentiary conceals a dark, tortured past the public doesn't know.
There's history from the 1850s and during the Civil War and beyond and in between that most people aren't looking for. But the clues are here.
17 days that he was down here in solitary confinement.
Wow, he was here a whole time. This was really.
What's up, autopilot?
With modern technology and insider accounts, we probe the hidden mysteries of Alcatraz.
Autopilot, how's it sound? Okay.
Most know Alcatraz as the site of the federal penitentiary in the San Francisco Bay.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
When it opens in 1934, outlaws, gangsters, bootleggers, and bank robbers are plaguing America. For the next 3 decades, Alcatraz snares murderers like Al Capone and Robert Stroud, the Birdman.
The intent of this prison was basically to put an end to America's worst public enemies, to house the worst of the worst, and essentially take these men out of the headlines.
Oh my God, I found some rollerblades. I can't believe it.
Government officials work hard.
I haven't
to
seen
guard the
rollerblades
edge
since
of an
the
inescapable
90s.
fortress. But Alcatraz records now reveal that over the 3 decades it was open, the prison suffered from 14 attempted escapes involving 36 inmates. Perhaps the only successful one occurs on June 11, 1962, when 3 inmates break out, slipping into the bay aboard a makeshift raft, never to be seen again. Researcher Michael Eslinger has discovered long hidden details revealing how and why the escape took place. He uncovered a surprising conspiracy that allowed the convicts to break out of their cells in the first place.
The escape of 1962, I think, is probably the greatest American prison escape basically in our history. And really what they did was very unique.
In the view of the prison officials at the time, escape isn't possible. Security is state of the art. The design
Yeah, I'm
of the
just running
cell house
around.
itself stands
I gotta
as
take
the
care of
first
something.
line of defense.
I just want to see if anybody
Foolproof steel-framed doors
jumps
seal
in and
the
lets me know
inmates
about
into
the
their
sound.
cells and guard every window.
There was no exterior wall of the cell that went to the outside. So it was built within this structure. An inmate
I think I'm gonna have to share
come out
this.
of their cell and go through another wall.
Guards ceaselessly patrol the cell house behind elevated protected gun galleries. They also keep strict counts of inmates multiple times per day.
You had a guard ratio that was only 1 to 3. Many of the other institutions back then had guard ratios that range anywhere from 12 to 30.
Outside, 5 guard towers watch from strategic points on the island. And beyond lies the formidable San Francisco Bay. But in June 1962, none of that matters. To conceal their absence, the escapees placed papier-mâché fake heads, tufted with real hair into their bunk pillows. After weeks of chiseling with sharpened utensils, the men have already cut holes into their cell walls. Handmade imitation vent covers hide the damage. The openings allow them to squeeze into an adjacent utility corridor, which gives them access to the roof. Once outside, they deploy secretly constructed
looking for?
flotation devices. A massive search never finds their bodies, and many today believe they got away. But how could such a meticulous and complex plot have eluded Alcatraz authorities? From 1950 to 1958, George DiVincenzi serves as an Alcatraz guard. Although he leaves before the infamous breakout, he already starts seeing disturbing signs of trouble during his tenure.
After I was here 4 or 5 years, I began to notice that security was starting to get a little bit lax. They put radios in the cells. That was unheard of before. They removed the tower on top of the cell house. They removed the tower behind the powerhouse. That's how the 3 of them ended up on top of the roof. If that tower was there, they never would have got anywhere.
Michael Eslinger has spent years interviewing dozens of former inmates and prison officials. He's uncovered a long list of mistakes that authorities made. In 1962, 2 of the escapees are brothers. John Anglin, inmate number 1476, and Clarence Anglin, inmate number 1485. The Florida-born bank robbers end up on Alcatraz because of a previous escape attempt while incarcerated together at the federal prison in Leavenworth, Kansas. Upon their arrival to Alcatraz, the warden opts to place them in adjacent cells on the ground floor.
There was a warning that's actually in their Alcatraz file that says that these brothers should not be celled together because Clarence escaped from Leavenworth was done with the help of his brother John. Your cell neighbors were very important because who you celled next to is also who you would sit next to in the mess hall.
The oversight gives the brothers more time to plot together. The third escapee, Frank Lee Morris, inmate number 1441, is a bank robber born in Maryland. Prison records reveal that Morris is no ordinary prisoner. He has an IQ of 133.
He had a litany of escape attempts. On his warden's notebook page, it actually says that he was an escape artist. So when you look at those things, I think that they probably should have watched them a little bit more carefully.
Released prison records now show how Morse scores some valuable assistance from right under authorities' noses. In this letter, Morse requests a Popular Mechanics magazine through official channels. One article featuring detailed photos reviewed the most effective designs for life-preserving flotation devices.
Guy had 133 IQ.
Patterns to take raincoats and then ultimately create some of these life. I think that there was just a poor job of vetting the different articles because if there was anything that they thought would be used to the inmates' advantage, they would sometimes put those things out.
Look at a escape artist.
Files, Eslinger has revealed that the escape plot is much larger than anyone originally realizes.
All of the focus is usually on the 3 that got away, but there were 2 other guys when you look at the FBI report, were also very clearly key players. And this is a great one. This actually illustrates a very, very little known fact about the 1962 escape. This is a picture of Jim Stevens' cell. You can see the patterns. That's how they would actually tunnel out and then remove the grill section from the cement.
June Stevens, inmate number 1225, and Woodrow Wilson Gainey, 1520, are also trying to tunnel out. The problem for them is that their cells sit on the third floor.
Once they were able to remove some of the cement around the grill, it would have been more likely that something could have fell down the tier and could have given away the rest of the escape. So at some point, they were asked to actually pull out the escape.
Many originally believed the escape plan was a closely guarded secret, but evidence says otherwise. The cells of Alcatraz line up in 4 rows named A, B, C, and D block. The escapees are all executing their plan in D block. And there's a little known detail about that block.
In 1962, the escape happened right here in these cells in the B block. As we walk around here, on this side here, what's interesting is this is still in B block, but on the other side.
All of the cells along that back wall of B block belong to African American inmates. And these are the 2 men, Henry Banks, inmate 1314, and Nathaniel Harris, inmate 1509, who occupy the cells directly behind Frank Morris and John Anglin.
The cells butted back to back with the corridor in between. The black inmates were opposite the white. They knew what was going on, but those inmates were crawling up there night after night, bringing supplies up there. The black inmates could hear it. They never said a word.
There would have been a lot to gain by these gentlemen actually turning them in and giving the administration some knowledge that there was an escape going on, but they didn't do it.
In fact, Esslinger's interviews and research have led him to an almost unbelievable conclusion: that there were many inmates in Alcatraz who knew about the escape attempt the night it was happening.
It was a night of great excitement. Everybody in the cell house who knew about the escape couldn't sleep. Whenever they would hear noises and actually could hear some of the seagulls on top of the roof screeching, they would help make noise to cover it up.
Months of planning, tool making, and digging, and no other prisoner betrays the escapees to officials.
It's kind of amazing. I mean, maybe it was sort of a band of brothers code, among the inmates not to say anything.
It's a mystery to me.
For most, dreams of escape never come true. Alcatraz subdues even the worst of the worst. But it's not the bars or the guards that do it. What is it? One former inmate reveals all. It's enough to drive some to insanity.
No time to read? The Blinkist app gives you the key ideas from the world's best nonfiction books in just 15 minutes. And with audio, you can listen and learn on the go. Fit reading into your life with Blinkist. Visit Blinkist.com or download the Blinkist app now.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now there's Skyrizi. Things are getting clearer. Yeah, I feel free to spare my skin. Yeah, that's on me. Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin. That's when it'll play.
Keep your skin clear with Skyrizi. 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clear skin in 4 months. Of those, nearly 9 out of 10 sustained it for 1 year. And Skyrizi is 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
I see nothing in a different way. It's my moment, so I just gotta say.
Skyrizi may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to flame up. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or coughs, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi.
Damn.
Managing type 2 diabetes? Audrey's on it. Eating right and staying active.
Audit.
Audrey thinks she's doing all she can to manage her type 2 diabetes and heart disease, but is her treatment doing enough to lower her heart risk? Maybe not. Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease, so it could help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And it lowers A1C.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum can occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
On it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
Hey, hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, yay! Safe Driver save 40%. Guys, check it out. Safe Driver save 40%. Safe Driver save 40%. Safe Driver save 40%. That's Safe Driver save 40%.
It is. That's Safe Driver save 40%.
It's right there.
It's him. He's here.
It's right here. Hey, that's totally it. That's totally the guy.
Safe drivers do save 40%. Click or call or vote today.
Beyond the routine checkups. Beyond the not-so-routine cases. Comcast Business is helping doctors provide care in whole new ways, all working with a new generation of technologies, powered by our Gig-Speed network. Because beyond technology, there is human ingenuity. Every day, Comcast Business is helping businesses go beyond the expected to do the extraordinary. Take your business beyond.
Let's be honest, every insurance company says they can save you these. In fact, if you had $1 for every time they said it, you'd have a lot of dollars, which makes it hard to believe, especially coming from a talking lizard. And then, Julia, look, all I, Dennis Gray, know is that insurance is built to save you dollars without skipping on service. And what they say, you save. The only way to know how much is to get it low. Chances are you'll save time, paperwork, and yes, dollars. When insurance is affordable, it's surprisingly painless.
Two of the biggest snips in bacon in the world. There's not a doubt in my mind.
I'm gonna win.
All you one person's done to tell you not. On Food Network and Food Network.com.
I'm trying to figure out what's making that choppy noise. It's pretty choppy. I think I have the mic too close to the computer. You know, there's a lot of refrigerators running, so it's going to make a lot of buzzing noises. I'm trying to move the mic around so it sounds better. That's the ice machine. I wish I knew a microphone expert. Figure out the settings. What I gotta do to change the settings. I don't think it's working right now. Sorry. I got a new microphone, Green Man. It's really sensitive. It sounds like I'm talking really loud. I got this one. It was the last one they had at Target. Snowball Ice. Well, I got lucky. It was the last one on the shelf. It's getting to 7 o'clock, so I bet you the internet's going to go crazy. Oh, really? You can hear cars go by? That's cool. Yeah, I'm sure you can. Really? I'm just just trying to get rid of all that electrical feedback. Sounds like it's kind of like a little bit tinny. I probably had the TV up super high too.
These people were serving incredibly long sentences. And what they thought about, what they obsessed about, was escaping from this place. Although many ponder escape,
Escape from Alcatraz. Lots of people did it.
but one inmate, number
Or
435,
tried.
a 1930s era bank robber and kidnapper named Dale Stanfield, comes up with a foolproof getaway plan. Dale Stanfield actually was one of the very first inmates that I ever interviewed. I asked him, how did you survive? And he told this amazing story. He actually was able to steal a small pharmaceutical bottle. And then for several months, he would literally take strands of his hair and fill this bottle. And then what he described on this cool, crisp day, as hard as he could, he just threw that bottle.
All right, I'll try that.
And then he said that for the next 10 years, he basically thought about a part of him had actually escaped the island. And then he would travel.
I have to read the little book it came with.
Where this bottle went to. An imaginary escape is all some can muster to cope with the rock. However, most of them never face the darkest punishment.
I just don't want to be super loud or I'm blowing your ears off if you're wearing headphones.
Just below ground.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior in helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of the heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability.
I gotta make sure I don't start yelling.
And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or Aliskier, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. Entresto.
Sorry, the commercial was on. The last show I was watching was about Jimmy Page was, I guess, obsessed with Aleister Crowley. That was kind of cool. This one's about Alcatraz. Codes and conspiracies. That's the name of the show. I should turn on the jukebox and play Jimmy Page, but that might blow the microphone all your heads off. Their microphone's so sensitive. Hey, Green Man, I'm gonna run upstairs. See if you can hear me running up the stairs. Stop yelling from coming down the stairs. See how loud that is? Oh my God. The sock? I gotta put a sock on it. Shit sock.
A vital strategic outpost.
This is a thickness gauge, and what it does is it sends a sound wave down through the concrete, and what it's looking for is an air void. It helps us find out if there are any cracks that we can't see, and it also tells us, probably out here, more importantly, how thick the concrete is.
The cracks reveal that the floor of the wreck yard is settling over previously unknown buried concrete structures. A set of classified photos, once banned by the military, reveals the true purpose of the structures. It's now clear that Tanya and her team have pinpointed the lost location of an array of Civil War gun batteries.
There are some old photographs that show that there were batteries under here. One actually runs right along the underside of that wall. Another one runs just inside the wall under here. Through ground penetrating radar, this kind of device confirms what everybody thinks is under here. Now, we knew they were here, we didn't know where. Find us a link.
Hey, I'm just doing level testing. I gotta turn off one of these machines because they keep playing in the background. Spooky. How was that? Maybe we'll catch ghosts whispering into the microphone. What the fuck, man? All these kegs are nothing but foam. Sauce. not sure where to put the microphone. Because I'm on the other side of the bar. And it's like I sound loud. Come on, Ghost, do some shit. Knock some shit over. Oh, it's funny, on Goofon the other day, Richie was saying you gotta try to make the ghost laugh. I gotta figure out how to make the ghost laugh. He said his joke was, here goes, catch, and he threw like a bottle into the air. A dirty joke? You want to hear a dirty joke? I can tell you a couple good ones I know, if I can remember them. I'm just trying to find the right sound or level to talk so I'm not blowing everybody's ears off. Oh, I'll tell a joke to the ghost. All right, I'll tell the, here ghost, get ready for a joke. Here it comes. If you like the joke, ghost, you can knock some shit off the shelf. All right, here we go. Or levitate something. Hang on, I gotta blow my nose. So there's a man, a pig, and a dog cast away on a beach. There's a man, a pig, and a dog stuck on a deserted beach. Oh man, I already blew that one. Yeah. Well, somehow there's a guy who's stranded on a beach with a pig and a dog. And he's there for months. He's bored. He's got nothing to do. He's getting horny. So he tries to fuck the pig. But the dog bites him. He's like, what the hell? And each time he tries to fuck the pig, the dog bites him. So he's pissed. So they're all sitting there one day, and then there's an airplane that flies over. and it crashes into the water. And the castaway dude swims out and saves the pilot. And it's a beautiful woman. And she says, "Oh my God, thank you for saving my life. I'll do anything for you." He says, "Can you take the dog for a walk?" Did the ghost knock anything off? So there's two dudes, Ghost. If you really like this joke, Ghost, you better make some shit fly around. Ghost, get ready, Ghost. Here it comes. There's two guys driving through California, and they're flying down the road on the highway. And they get pulled over. And the California patrol, they get out, say, "Hey man, we pulled you over for speeding. Why the hell are you going so fast?" And the one guy says, "Oh, we were gonna go to La Jolla. We have to get to La Jolla." And the patrolman says, "La Jolla? I'm sorry, but the J's here are pronounced like H. It's La Jolla." He said, "Well, what were you boys gonna do in La Jolla?" And the guy looked over to him and said, "Oh, we were gonna go get some blowhobs." Come on, Ghost, knock some shit off. That was a good one. Trying to fix the keg machine over here. I can eat it. Trying to fix it. I should go on social media and be like, "Oh, I can't. I fucking donate all this food to the medical workers at the hospital. Like, I hear you had a rough day. Oh, drink up." What are you working on, Green Man? Anything cool? Are you going to be jamming some tunes later on guitar? I wish I knew how to play the guitar. That's awesome. Smoking a bowl? Cool. The ghost didn't like my jokes. Okay, yeah, cool. Send the pic, man. This microphone's got me all paranoid. It's like it's super, you can hear everything. Thanks for you guys coming on last night. That was cool. I feel better today. Still got the cold. I think I'm gonna play some Art Bell stuff. I'm really digging that guy. You hear that knocking? Knock, knock, knock. Knock. Wait. That's the door. I got the window open in the bathroom and it's the door. It's pretty windy in Chicago right now. It's like 55 miles an hour. Should I read my Twitter or should I re-listen to Art Bell? For some reason I cannot find this Art Bell time traveler. Really trying to find it. I can't find it. I keep getting copyright strikes for everything. Eventually they're just gonna kick me off. This is the greatest, man. I love this. I gotta hear this again. The 1997 syndicated talk show. Art Bell. Call does not appear to be a hoax, but it says eerie sound of truth. Call was immediately knocked off the air. Could be that government or aliens silence him and keep people from knowing their plans. You be the judge. Exclamation point. Hear it.
Establishment, particularly the Area 51.
Oh my God.
The government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population
to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers.
I dropped the mic. I'm sorry.
So that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
I started getting.
I want to hear that one. Let's hear that again.
Man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't have a whole lot of time.
Line, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Art.
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. And I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone. So give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
I started getting.
In some way, something knocked us off the air, and we're on a backup system now.
Is it government or?
I don't know.
It has to be something, though.
Well, did you hear? Now you tell me because you were listening.
That was awful strange.
There was a really weird guy on the air when it went off.
Yeah, real weirded out.
Like going, sort of sounding paranoid, schizophrenic,
like crying and everything.
Yeah. And how far into the conversation was it when it went off?
Just about 15, 20 seconds, I'd say.
Oh, you guys missed. You really missed a call then, and I've got a feeling somebody didn't want you to hear it.
Yeah. Because it was really strange. All of a sudden, I'm hearing Mark Furman, and when
That's right. Well, the network, of course, went immediately to a backup tape while we tried to figure out what blew up here.
Uh-huh.
So that's what you heard happen.
And then we're now on a backup link system to be on the air at all right now. So, well, I'm telling you, it's on the air right now. You're on the air right now. Well, you better be, yes. And where are you, by the way? I'm in Michigan. Michigan. Yeah, I called the other night, and I wanted to ask two things. Real quick. Well, I wanted to say one thing, and I wanted to ask another. Real quick. I wanted to ask if you could play the remote viewing one when you were in, while you go to Egypt. Yes. And also, I wanted to know all this stuff about, like, Area 51, if it's, like, the government's trying to put it out there like that, so, like, some other places isn't being watched as much. In other words, it's a big decoy. I see what you're saying here, and apparently we'll be back after the news. I think here might have lost all transmit capability on this end here in Nevada. The transmitter went belly up suddenly for some unknown reason. I've never seen it do this in all the years that we've been on the air. I have never seen the transmitter in this way just simply fail, massively fail, like a massive heart attack or something kind. And so we've gone to a backup system to get signal to you right now, and I presume it is getting to you right now. Totally.
Staying inside saves.
Gaia. Hell no.
Stay home. Stay home. Stay home.
Shut up.
Again, let me tell you, Art, answer the wild card line. My boyfriend is in a small plane north of Las Vegas.
I love
ready
this
to
one.
fly into Area 51. He's been trying to call you by cell phone. And here he is. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello there. Is this Art Bale?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, my name, I won't give you my last name.
Okay, wait a minute, sir. Hold on. The fax is signed by somebody named who?
Jill.
Jill. That is correct. So you are the one.
That's my girlfriend.
Yes, sir. Where are you?
Well, I'm up here from Fort Worth in my little airplane. It's a long, I built myself. It's a Bergman 10 design with a Ford Canard. I'm not sure.
This guy's the coolest. When I was calling, he's super cool.
No, tell me about it. What kind of airplane is it?
Well, it's a long easy. It's got 120 horsepower, like homing in it, but we had it board and stroked. It fixed it up a little bit. It usually flies around 140, 160 indicated airspeed. I'm right now at 7,000 feet. You know where this place called Indian Springs is?
Indian Springs, yes.
Yeah. Well, I've been flying now for about 45, 49 minutes here between Beatty, is that what you call it, and Indian Springs. And I figure I'll just go on up here and try to get into this Area 51. I'm right south of this Nevada test site, or Dallas Air Force Base.
Listen,
I'm right outside this restricted zone.
Listen to me. When you fly into that zone,
yeah,
they are going to either force you down or shoot you down. Don't you know that?
Well, you know, I've been in a lot of Air Force bases, and I've been in the Air Force for many years. I'm an ex-Air Force, but I'm just going to tell you that, you know, as American citizens, we have the right to know what's up there in this Area 51. I've been listening to you boys talk about this. Hold on here, I'm taking a turn. Just a second here. And I'm going to go on up there and see what's going on. And I just wanted to let you know about that before I do that, don't you know?
How long do you estimate it's going to be before you
I think about 12, 14 minutes. I crank this baby up a little bit here. Let's do that. Let's crank this thing on up. But that's a pretty good mountain deer off to my west, don't you know? I'm turning up north right now, and I can see Air Force Base out there in the distance. It's got 3 runways. It looks like they're all lit up. And A-shaped. It's like north-south. Got a lot of desert up here, don't you, boys?
A lot of desert, yes.
A lot of desert.
Now you're liable to get yourself killed.
I'm sorry to have to speak so loud. I tricked this engine all the way up here.
I said you're liable to get yourself killed.
Well, we'll get up there in a few minutes, yeah. We're just going to see what's going to happen because this is a...
I wonder whatever happened to this guy. I wonder if it's ever been determined what happened to him. Hey, Chuck Bam, what's going on, man? I got a new microphone. I'm testing it out.
So I'm going to hold this thing steady here about around 65, 68, 100 feet.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm a American. My family's been American.
Now everybody can say I really sound like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite.
Why are you doing it at night?
Because that's the best way to get in here.
But even if you manage to overfly the area, what?
I'm in the restricted zone. I just entered the restricted zone. I see a bunch of lights out there. Looks like some kind of a searchlight coming on.
You're in the restricted zone now?
I just crossed that restricted zone. I'm going to drop this thing down.
I'm telling you, you're going to get shot down.
Hold on here now. I got my pressure suit on. I don't really need one of this kind of aircraft. It's not like a jet, but it helps us when I make the tight turns here. And I'm going to cut down here. Now let's see what these boys are going to do. I don't see anybody coming up here yet. I just see a bunch of lights. But I'm pretty far from that Area 51. I'd figure about another 8-9 minutes here. And it's starting to calculate right now, trying to talk to you. I'm trailing an antenna out here about 30 feet so I can keep this phone conversation. If we get cut off, then... But I'm going to go up here and see what's going on. They say there's a bunch of UFOs and there's all kind of things out here. And I'm going to get this thing right down here about 1,000 feet. And we're going to see if there's any UFOs or anything out here, what's going on.
Listen, I think you're making a mistake.
Well, sir, I might be, but, our tax dollars pay for all this. And these boys, they've been hiding everything under all this black projects and all this great funding and all this kind of thing.
Sir, hold it. Don't you think that we have a right to national security secrets?
I think we have, not really, because they have these J-11 and J-15 satellites up there, and the Ruskies, they know what we're doing, and the Chinese, they've got satellites down here, they know what's going on. The only thing that don't know what's going on is the common folk like me and you, and us common folk that are right to know, because we're funding all this.
How long have you been planning this?
I got this thing down here by 1,000 feet. I've been planning this thing now. I'm right on the deck, not quite on the deck. I'm at 1,000 feet. Boy, they got light bulbs popping up everywhere. I'm telling you, they got searchlights. There's about 4 of them out here. And I've been planning this now for, anywhere from a month to 6 weeks. It took me a while to paint the plane because I had that Imron, the only thing that stick to this gel coat I got on this thing. This thing is built out of Kevlar and carbon fiber. I got it dressed 8G positive, 10G stick, it's overbuilt. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get down here and firm like a little frog that's just tipped on by big dogs when I get down here. In a few minutes here, I'll tell you that. Because I'm not going to... Hey, looks like there's a F-16 coming up here.
I wouldn't be surprised. You're making a mistake.
There's somebody down there. He's got some afterburners on because I can see him. He's about 5 miles out. That old boy is cranking. Yes, sir. And I see something opening up here on the ground. I'm pretty low now. I'm starting to think of all kind of buildings down here. I see something here at level with the ground, and they're opening this thing up. There looks like something's coming up out of there. I can't tell you what it is. It must be on some kind of a... hold on here. I gotta make this turn.
All right.
I think this little boy's gonna head up here for me.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, he's going to be up here right directly because he's in the F-16. Sure as hell. He's coming to hold on here.
I would advise you to turn your... I would advise you to turn on your radio.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, we can do this now. Come on here. Hold on, this little boy's coming up here. Now he's got his lights. He's got his lights on and he's flashing me.
Yeah, he's probably.
All right, I'm waving at him. No radio, no radio. No radio. He don't know that.
Well, if I were you, I'd turn it on.
Folks are listening to Art Bell because everybody listens to Art Bell.
Well, maybe if you're making.
I gotta get married.
You're making a bad calculation because if they're not listening, you're going to be shot down.
I don't know what he's going to do here. He's rocking his wings at me right now. He's rocking his wings and he's cutting in front of me. And you know this, oh, don't cut in front of me now, because if he cuts that close, stay off. Stay off. He can hear the vortex from his engine, from Pratt & Whitney engine. We're going to, just like twin tornadoes, if he gets too close, stay off, bro. Hold on here, I'm getting down on the deck. I'm going in, I'm getting down here. He ain't gonna get me. I'm that damn veteran, ain't gonna get me there. They didn't get me over there, they're not gonna get me over here now. Looks like some kind of rail gun coming up out of that elevator, that flat area over there that the doors open up. It's got some kind of a weird looking barrel on it with a light. And oh hell, they're doing something, they're shooting at me now. Oh God. No, baby, I'm going in. I think I'm going in.
Well, I'm not sure what we just heard. All I can tell you is I got a fax that read, Art, answer the wildcard line. My boyfriend is in a small plane north of Las Vegas and ready to fly into Area 51. He's been trying to call you by cell phone. I withheld the signature at the bottom of the fax so I could be sure that if I did get the person, I could verify it. Indeed, it was signed by Jill.
Wow. That's amazing.
Again, let me tell you, Art, answer the wild card line.
I had played by accident. Let me see JC.
You're playing is making me sick.
That's your anthem, Jason.
Not my anthem.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You wanted an anthem, you got it. Now,
I wanted a national anthem.
Before I subject you to callers.
He's already making me laugh. I'm already laughing.
Why they're calling, but before we go to that, I want to know what's so evil about my cute little furry cats. They're beautiful. Look
Cats are demonic creatures, Mr. Bell.
Say what?
They are lycanthropes, demons in disguise.
They are not.
Yes, they are.
They are the sweetest little fur balls
They're
you'll
evil.
ever want to meet.
They're evil.
No.
They're evil.
If you think cats are evil, JC, then let me tell you, brother, you're evil.
Cats are evil.
Wow.
Steal souls, and they are the familiars of Satanists. Now,
Wow.
you're still disrespecting me. You're not allowing me to make my points about media pornography. And
Well, one of your points was evil cats.
Cat, yes. Devil cats. Demons. They hide themselves.
Is he talking about UFOs? I'm sorry, I got cut off there. Is that what he's talking about? JC, is he talking about UFOs or demons? That's what. That's what Lou Elizondo was saying. It's crazy to me that Art Bell was like super far ahead of his time.
In the appearance of what they look there, they try to look like these innocent, furry little things, but they're really demons. And they really are, they're evil. You look at their eyes and they look at you and they just want to devour you and they want to steal your soul. I've got one cat right now on my compound that I have been chasing for the better part of a year.
You know what? I think you're overly sensitive on this whole pornography issue. Now, maybe it would be true, JC, that you, in your idle time, look at what? I bet.
In my idle time, I review all manner of.
I knew it. I knew it.
Well, you are trying to insinuate that I would enjoy media pornography. If I have to review a Larry Flynn magazine, I do not enjoy it one bit. I have to know the enemy, and I'm going to tell you, there's more to media pornography than dirty pictures of naked people. I'm going to make a point here right now because you need to hear this.
And every moment that you see it wounds your soul, JC, right?
It can't harm me because I'm praying against it. God has charged me with this work. God has charged and given me the energy, the power. God, when
so it's like you're praying against it, but you're looking at it going, oh yeah, right? Yeah.
Your program, having ideas in your program makes me sick to insinuate that I would sit there and enjoy it. Makes me sick. Mr. Bell, I'm telling you, there's more to media pornography than just dirty pictures of naked people. And I'm going to tell you that right now, there's one pornography, and this is an evil pornography which draws millions of men out of church, and that's football. And I'm going to tell you exactly how evil
What is wrong with football?
Football is a homosexual ritual.
Oh, for God's sake.
Let me tell you why. Because anytime you've got a man who's putting his hands on the backside of another man like that, and what that is a simulation of the homosexual consummation. And the football represents the birth. It's a mockery of birth. It represents the homosexual self, which is then given to the quarterback, who is usually the best-looking one on the team. And he takes that homosexual self, and he looks out among the field of other men who will receive and take his homosexuality, and he sends it to him, and with the intention of taking it into sacred ground, the sacred space of America and the family and values.
Now, America has taken a more tolerant attitude toward homosexuality, certainly in the last few decades.
Unfortunately,
and
queer guys trying to turn straight guys queer.
And you don't join in on that, I take it.
I hate homosexuals. Is that clear?
Yeah, it's clear. First time caller line, you're on the air with JC.
Oh, is this me?
Yeah, that's only you know that for sure, but it really sounds like you, yes.
Good deal. I appreciate talking to my caller.
Where are you?
This is Adam from Decatur, Illinois.
And why in God's name are you calling, JC?
Well, I wanted to tell him I really appreciate him coming on the air, and I enjoy a good laugh every once in a while, and I just wanted to ask him.
A good laugh. What are you laughing at the new revelation? You laugh at God? Listen to me, you degenerate. You have
I was laughing at the whole thing, and I wanted to know if you came on the air for an interview or a comedy.
Yeah, has it occurred to you, JC? This is funny. They think you're a total put-on. Maybe you are.
No, because they don't want to believe in the truth and the light and the love of the Lord. I'm bringing love. I'm bringing salvation.
Then why do you scream? Then why scream?
Why scream? Because you have to scream in order to get people to listen. Sometimes you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. And that's another thing I want to talk about is the food porn.
Food porn.
I wonder if JC was a real person or a character.
Food porn, the cooking shows where they make food look so delicious and make you want to eat. Gluttony is also a sin, Mr. Bill.
Isn't this a basic human
It's the same thing.
need?
People need to eat, but they don't need to be fatos. And listen,
Am I still on the air?
Yeah, you're on the air.
Get him on the air.
Well, we're going to get out there, and I appreciate it.
All right, have a good morning, girl. Thank you.
And
make a point, any point.
This is where the satanic Soviet Empire has this elaborate plan, and what they are trying to do is pornography and indulgence. It's more than just dirty, naked pictures of people doing dirty, naked things. It is also food, because listen, people, like they say, I was born gay. That's what they say. I'm gay. I'm born gay, and that's the way I am, so I have to be that way.
You don't believe that?
I don't. I'll tell you, the only person who was born gay
I
was
guess this means you're not in favor of gay marriage.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's a real guy. Wow. That's awesome.
That is why Canada has declared war on the United States with the recently they are allowing gays to get married in Canada, and that's the evil subversiveness of the Canadian, which is because they can look like you and me.
And that constitutes war?
A declaration of war on America and America's family values, because they know that the majority of Americans do not support gay marriage, they do not support homosexuality, they don't want them in their communities, they don't want them in their churches, they don't want them in
See,
their
somebody
schools,
should
they don't
find
want them in
JC
the
now
nation.
and see if what the hell he's doing. I wish Goofon would call him. That'd be great.
Welcome, everybody. It's great to see a big crowd here. This is excited today to welcome Jesse Ventura to Authors at Google in Santa Monica.
Green Man, what's next? What's another good call to listen to? Is there more JC?
And I know who the Antichrist is, but I'm not going to tell you that tonight. But I'm telling you what, Mr. Bell, that I listened to your prediction show, and I heard all that mumbo jumbo and psychic divining, and it was. I
bet you tried to get through, too, didn't you?
I certainly did, because I have some of my own predictions.
You know what? I won't write it down, but I am curious, JC. If you had one prediction to make for 2008, I guess we'd all like to know, what would that be?
God is going to put AIDS airborne to punish America. That's what he's going to do. AIDS is going to go airborne. It's going to be a plague, and the bodies are going to pile right in the streets, and I'll be.
Yeah, but all right, let's just
Whoa!
Like that
Oh my God!
AIDS went airborne. It wouldn't just punish.
Holy shit! That was from 2008. That was 12 years ago. Isn't it what people were saying lately about the Rona? I know it's probably a conspiracy theory, but this guy said it 12 years ago. It's going to be airborne plague. Here, let's hear that again. Oh, I missed it.
If you had one prediction, through too, didn't you?
I certainly did, because I have some of my own predictions.
You know what? I won't write it down, but I am curious, JC. If you had one prediction to make for 2008, I guess we'd all like to know, what would that be?
God is going to put AIDS airborne to punish America. I'll live in the streets, and I'll be.
Yeah, but all right, let's assume something like that occurred, and when AIDS went airborne, it wouldn't just punish America, it would punish the whole world.
Well, they deserve it anyway, but it's going to be a righteous punishment, and I can't wait. I can't wait for the end times when the Bibles are broken and poured upon the wrath of God, poured upon the face of the earth. It's going to be glorious, Mr. Bell. And I'm telling you right now, we're getting really close, because if you have, just trust me on it.
Who do you support in the presidential race?
I support me. Haven't you heard that I put my candidacy? I support Mr. Bell.
I have to start this over because it's such a crazy call.
And I know who the Antichrist is, but I'm not going to tell you that tonight. But I'm telling you what, Mr. Bell, that I listened to your prediction show, and I heard all that mumbo jumbo and psychic divining, and it was. I
bet you tried to get through too, didn't you?
I certainly did, because I have some of my own predictions.
You know what? I won't write it down, but I am curious, JC. If you had one prediction to make for 2008, I guess we'd all like to know, what would that be?
God is going to put AIDS airborne to punish America. That's what he's going to do. AIDS is going to go airborne. It's going to be a plague, and the bodies are going to pile right in the streets, and I'll be.
Yeah, but all right, let's assume something like that occurred, and when AIDS went airborne, it wouldn't just punish America, it would punish the whole world.
Well, they deserve it anyway, but it's going to be a righteous punishment, and I can't wait.
See, that was a great answer by Art. He's like, it wouldn't just punish America, it will punish the whole world. Wow.
Sort of fun thing. Yeah, it's going to be glorious, Mr. Mayor. And I'm telling you right now, we're getting really close because if you have, just trust me on it.
Who do you support in the presidential race?
I support me. Haven't you heard that I put my candidacy, I broke my hat, my 10 star hat in, and I'm going to be the next president of the United States. 2008 is the year of the clampdown. JC for president. Everybody, when you go to the polls, be sure to let God work your hand to let it in. JC for president.
All right, JC, that's it. That's all I can handle. A write-in campaign for JC. I get lots of emails saying the guys have put on. And he may be. Well, you know what? He's not a put on. Actually, he's not a put on. He sends me email that is just like what you hear on the air. You know, except you can kind of sort of turn down the volume in your brain as you read. So he really believes all this stuff. He actually does. And in terms of the other thing they say,
that far. So what do you got any guesses? I have no idea. I thought it could have been a mine shaft, but the thing about it is the surface part of it's been very well cared for. I mean, someone built a very lovely wall around it. And
all right, tell me about the nature of the side of the walls. In other words, you must be able to look down far enough, at least, to examine the side of the walls.
Sure, it's stone for about 15 feet down, you know, and then after that, it's soil, dirt, and then further down rock, So, but I can only see to the extent of really powerful flashlight. I brought halogen lights out there to try to get a better look down there, but the visibility really isn't there. You cannot see much after a while. But it's it's a retaining wall. I'd say it's about a 3.5 foot retaining wall, and it goes down about 15 feet, and then it's.
Well, I'll tell you this much. No matter how powerful a light, and I was even thinking about a laser. When you're talking about 80,000 feet, forget it.
No, they should have some technology that can give me an idea of how deep this thing is. I mean, obviously, the old fishing line method is only going to go so far.
What we need here is a volunteer. Real, I'm serious. Somebody who would be willing to be lowered into this hole.
Well, I don't. To be honest, I don't even know if there's any air down that far. I mean,
I wouldn't know about that either.
Or what kind of pressures we're dealing with. These are things that are totally beyond my grasp in terms of knowledge about these things. But
do you own this property?
It's our property, yeah.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been working on this?
Well, we've been out there for a couple of years. I said about 4 years now. But this project here with letting down the line, that's only been since last summer here. And it was just, I said, well, how come this thing isn't filling up?
Well, sure.
And I talked to the neighbors around there, which are, when you're out there in the country, your neighbors are pretty far away, but they all know the hole out there.
They all know about it. So it's like,
because they all bring their trash out.
So the local legend of the hole.
Yeah, this could be an apocryphal story, but one guy claims that he threw his departed canine down into the hole.
Oh, really?
And he swears, well, the story is the guy that did it swears the dog actually came back to him. And he was a hunter. He was a hunter. The story is that he was a hunter, and he was out there hunting, and he saw the same dog. He had the same collar. He had the same little, little metal thing on his collar there. And he said it was the same dog. And he says he knew he threw the dog into the hole. But that's not my dog. That's not my.
It's not your story, but it's a story of a resurrected dog.
Yeah. This is as you can well imagine, this is all Native American land around here. And so one of the lines of inquiries I'd like to make is, is there anything about this hole in regards to the Native Americans? That's something I haven't really pursued right now. But
if you had a fatal disease, Mel,
yeah,
would you jump in the hole?
I would.
You would?
It's
based on the dog story?
It is in my will.
What?
Should I meet my demise?
That you would be thrown in the hole?
Disposed of into the well.
I'm not sure the health department would allow that.
Well, one of the things that we, I thought about later on is, what if this was like contaminating our water, And, we've had, I'm sure you do this out there or up too.
Well,
you have your water checked all the time.
Oh, yeah, no personal offense to you, Mel, but if there was a possible contamination problem, I'm sure you're a clean guy.
Yeah.
But, as you deteriorated, you would possibly produce E. coli or something horrible in the local water supply.
Well, again, so far it hasn't.
If you weren't resurrected.
I mean, the water around that area is absolutely pure water. It is,
and so nothing thrown down, all the old junk and trash, and nothing has polluted the water.
No, I mean, I can't speak for everything that's been thrown down there, but none of that has been showing up in the water that people draw from their wells. I mean, the water's as clean as it's ever been out there. I mean, we get water that comes off the Cascades or something.
Yeah.
It's just really great. It's really wonderful water.
Mel, you wouldn't be pulling my leg.
No, I'm not. And I'm one of the reasons that I went out to the property tonight, other than it just it's something that weighs heavily on my mind. I was afraid that after I sent the facts out, that there'd be people around there because it's.
Well, there may be, but we have not identified specifically where it is.
Well, there aren't, as far as I could tell, too many big holes like that around, and so at least the people in my neck of the woods are familiar with it, and I kind of almost expected to see a small party of people.
Well, there may be. Now, I mean, come daylight, there may be. But remember, folks, this is private property. This is Mel's home.
It is posted too.
Oh, it is. All right. Well, there you are. So without knowing exactly where it is, I wouldn't look for that to occur, but there is going to be substantial curiosity about it now, Mel.
Well, I think I've, let you know as much as I know about it. I certainly want to find out more. I'm mostly curious. I was mostly curious about the depth of it. I mean, how deep is the deepest hole anyone has ever found?
Well, I've never heard of anything deeper than this.
I thought maybe this would be like Guinness World Book of Records type hole here. And as far as things I thought it would be like, it could have been like an old mine.
Well, now here's a couple things to think about. I've heard as you go down into the earth, Mel, that it gets hotter.
Ooh.
Right? So you would think that your fishing line with a weight on it at some point would melt or something, but there's still weight on it, huh?
Yeah. The line is not moving freely. I mean, it still falls under its own weight.
Oh, that's amazing. Let's let some of the audience ask you questions.
Okay, I think I can do that.
All right, because I just might be missing something. Now, west of the Rockies, you're on the air with Mel, who's got the hole in Washington.
Hello.
Hello. Do you have any questions for Mel? Hello? Okay, well, I guess that guy gave up. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Mel. Hello.
Hello. Oh, you got a guess now?
I did. Well, I mean, sort of.
Oh, well, I was calling about something else.
All right. Well, thank you. First time caller line. You're on the air with Mel. Hello.
Mel.
Yes, Mel.
Oh, Mel. I wanted to talk to Art. I'm on the wrong line.
Yeah, you are.
I'm sorry. That's the 222 line.
1222 is first time caller line.
That's what I thought I was calling.
Well, that's what you got. But we're talking with Mel right now. He's the guy with the hole in Eastern Washington.
Okay. I just have something for Art.
All right. Well, call me back when we're into open lines. Wild card line, you're on the air with Mel. Hello.
Dave Moore.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, I was listening to this. Very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Poor girl.
I just wanted to let you know, I looked up in the encyclopedia, and the Marianas Trench, which is the deepest hole we know about,
That's in the ocean, right?
right, is 36,000 feet deep.
So this is, well, it's certainly over double that already.
Right. And it also says, under mining, that with current technology, we can only go down about 1,600 feet.
Wow. That's great. That is great.
So you got something here that already qualifies for Guinness.
That is wonderful.
Oh,
gosh, I like that. That's great. You said 1,600 feet?
That's what they said, yeah. 1,640 feet, it says, with current technology.
Wow.
All right. Thank you very much for that information. So already, we now learn that you may have a Guinness qualifying hole there, no question about it.
Gee.
But I want to know, inquiring minds want to know, I would think even if we just had somebody lowered past the 1,600 foot mark to see what's down there.
That would be cool, but it wouldn't be me.
You wouldn't do it?
I wouldn't go down in the hole.
At least not while you're still alive.
No, then I will, but I mean, for the time being, no.
I understand. All right, east of the Rockies, you're on the air with Mel.
What if the road broke?
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Mel?
Yeah, hi.
Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas, all right.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you would like somebody to be lowered down into the hole.
That's right.
I would be willing to do that.
See, there you go, sir, a volunteer.
We've got a volunteer.
I mean, obviously under certain conditions.
Like what?
Just a cage, for one.
A cage?
Yeah, just in the event that there's some kind of weird subterranean thing eating all of this garbage down there. Obviously, I would want to be in some kind of a cage.
Well, what makes you think, though, that anything that could gobble up, say, a refrigerator...
wouldn't get the cage? Well, I would have obviously a very powerful light, and I'd be able to see it at some point before it's too late.
So we'd have a radio contact with you, and we could hear you scream at least.
Yeah.
Not too much
or
like
an instant up button.
An up button?
An instant up button. On back up. At like a high speed.
And you could take a camera with you.
Yeah.
With a light and show us everything as it.
Yeah. I've got a pretty adventurous nature to me anyway. So this plus I have a very appealing draw to the supernatural for some reason. Anyway, just naturally in my personality.
Well, nobody's saying there's anything supernatural about this, but
the dog story would indicate something supernatural.
Well, that's true.
Everyone's dogs are scared of the hole.
Yeah.
It's not just my dogs.
No, that's a very good point. In other words, other dogs won't go anywhere near the hole, huh?
Yeah, my dogs will follow me everywhere. I mean, no matter where I go, they're,
except
to the well.
Mm-hmm.
Now you call
is this possibly at a grid point on the planet?
I wouldn't know about grid points, other than I know they exist.
Anything about the grid
I
points?
yes, thank you, sir, from Austin. I've heard about grid points, but I would have no way of knowing where they are and whether this is one of them. I wouldn't know. Now, this is just a hole. And he's right. There is something a little paranormal about it when you consider the dog story. I tell you. Mel, hold on, all right? Stand by. We'll be right back to you. Well, here's somebody from Las Vegas. Mike suggests that we throw a cat down the hole. Listen to the cat scream as it goes down. It's a horrible idea. I don't know about people who do that, throw down a cat. Oh, man. And you hear the echo sort of going down. I'm not for that at all. All right, Mel, here comes some more people. First time caller line, you're on the air with Mel with the hole.
Art, why don't you have somebody, I know you're connected with somebody that's got radar available. Radar would be the way to go to find out the depth.
Well, would radar go down a hole
Absolutely.
without hitting the
You
sides?
don't need a fancy radar to do it.
You mean like a... What about sonar? No, I guess
No, sonar you couldn't use because you don't have anything for the medium to go through, like underwater for sonar.
Yeah.
But radar would definitely work.
In other
I was
words,
just curious if he'd call it government agency to come out.
but wouldn't radar return a hit from the sides of the hole and bounce around down there?
No. Purely directional radar. What do you use when you're driving down the highway?
Well, you use radar, but
exactly.
That's out in the open. That's not in. I don't know enough about radar to know if that would work, but it's a good idea.
Well, I've used it for years.
All right.
Way to try it.
All right. That's. I want. How about a cop's radar?
I'm not sure if they'll return an echo off of that. Possible.
All right. All right.
Well, it would tell you how fast the hole was going, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's cute, Mel. Wildcard line. You're on the air with Mel. Hello.
This is pretty funny. Good evening, Mel.
Hi.
My name is Barry. I'm just hop, skipping, and jumping away from you down here in Yakima.
All right.
And I'm awful surprised I haven't heard of this before now.
Well, now, Mel hasn't made this public as far as I know. Have you, Mel?
No, it's just on my land. I see.
So
my neighbors know about it.
Well, I mean, wait. This is the first public announcement of the whole?
As far as I know, there is no newspaper accounts of it. Not in the Daily Record or in the.
Well, there will be
the
now.
Herald.
There will be now.
Well, as usual, you've heard it here first, folks, on our show. Before I get serious, I just wanted to kind of lighten things up here and ask if you considered making a contract with the refuse collection department from Yakima County so I make a killing on that.
I read an article in the paper how they wanted to close down our local dump out here, and I almost seriously suggested.
Listen, here's another possibility for you. Do you know that I live near an area where there's supposed to be a high-level nuclear dump? Now, if this is really, in effect, a bottomless pit,
whoa,
you may have something that the U.S. government wants.
So I could, rent this thing out.
You're damn right.
And move away as quick as possible.
Well,
anyways, I wanted to mention here, we've got many mediums of technology, and the gentleman who suggested radar, I think, was onto something.
Mm-hmm.
Say for instance that Guinness came out and was gonna, they're pretty thorough with their investigation before they're gonna print you.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
anyways, maybe the way to go is to have someone lower in a sensors package, which something that measures for noxious gases, temperature, and I'm sure they could focus a radar, probably pencil thin, and just hook it up to a supply of a cable and lower it down. It'd be awful interesting.
Look, I'd be interested, even if we don't get a hold of the guy from Austin, to lower a camera and a light down.
When I was out there this evening, it's kind of a sort of a full moon out there, and one of the things that occurred to me is maybe this has some sort of astronomical type thing.
What do you mean, Bill?
Well, it's like how the various pyramids and things in Egypt, are supposed to be lined up on various star systems or whatever.
Well, was it a thing like where the moonlight was shining into the hole?
Well, no, but I just happened to notice the full moon, and all of a sudden it just sort of put two and two together there.
You've never felt drawn to the hole personally, have you? I mean, in terms of
you mean in terms of some sort of spiritual involvement, or
no suicide? No suicide.
No. I mean, I keep the lid on it there because it's an attractive nuisance. You don't want local kids there climbing on the wall and falling in.
There's actually no way of knowing whether people have gone in, because they'd be gone.
Not in my
down with the refrigerator.
Again, if I can find out something from the local Native Americans, on maybe with some sort of burial thing, or
and you can drop a big rock and you can hear it going down, probably bouncing off the walls or something, but you never hear a splash.
You never hear a splash. I've even taken old television tubes, picture tubes, and
you've dropped picture tubes down.
Yeah, I've dropped I hate to say this here, but I've got more than one of them down there, and I've never heard it implode or anything. Nothing.
EPA, you probably shouldn't say that on the air.
Well,
they'll come and get you for that. I mean, TV tubes.
Well, it is my.
It's your own property, I know, but these days, Mel, doesn't make any difference. I mean, tomorrow morning you'll happen to wake up and there'll be tanks in Boutros Ghali.
That's true.
All right, east of the Rockies, you're on the air with Mel.
Hi, WK Twice, Sarasota.
Sarasota, Florida.
Let me say, let's throw Mike from Las Vegas down the hole.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, you know, he's the cap. Okay. I do have a question, Mel. You're a fisherman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever felt a tug on the line, and if you did, what would you do?
Well, I don't have a hook on it. There's just a large, there's a 1 pound weight.
Yeah, but she's saying if something obviously was pulling on that line.
What would I do?
Yeah.
I'd run. Yeah.
I'd seal that damn thing up and I'd never get near it again.
Yeah, I'd put the lid down on it at that point there and say, that's it, the dump is closed.
And at any point, did you ever pull up the weight and look at it?
Yeah, I asked that too.
So, the first series of letting down line, when I got about 4,500 feet down there, I had a roll of lifesavers down on the bottom to determine if there was any water down there. And of course, if there was water, the lifesavers would melt. I didn't do that. But since that time, I've let the line continuously go down. I've just spliced onto the end of the line.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out where the bottom is.
Yeah, that was my main question. It's like, how deep is this thing? Where does it go? You know, well, it goes into the earth, but you know, how far does it go before it'll stop? You know.
All right, thank you, ma'am. I think that a light and a video camera. I mean, Mel, you could have a special as you got down past what did they say was the deepest hole? 1,600 feet.
1,600 feet.
As you got down past 1,600 feet, you'd have a network special on your hands, Mel.
That would be good. I'm thinking about putting up a web page on it there. If I get one of those.
What's his name? Rivera would come.
and they'd lower him into the hole.
Only if we were all lucky. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Mel. Hello.
Yeah, this is Terry from Bremerton.
Hello, Terry. Oh, you up in Washington again? Yeah.
Right. Well, I was wondering about how much does 15 miles of fishing line weigh?
I have no idea. I'm just letting that sucker go down. I'm not really.
What if you've already hit the bottom and you got a pound of fishing line on it?
That's right.
Letting it down.
Yeah, I should weigh one of those spools because I'm getting them in 5,000 yard spools.
Yeah.
And so I should weigh a spool and sort of deduct the cost of the spool itself and see what that would add up to in terms of how much that weighs.
So in other words, it could have hit bottom some time ago, and simply the pure weight of the line.
Right. It doesn't feel like it is reached bottom there. There's no slack in the line.
But even so, well, there might not be with that much weight. But you know, even if that's true, caller, think about it. He's still got the deepest hole ever heard of in the world.
Yeah, he does. But the weight of the line would keep pulling the line down.
Yeah. But there would be
I'm just so happy if shit hits the fan. I have so many Slim Jims around.
I couldn't afford to go much higher.
20 pounds of line on it already.
Pardon me?
Do you think you have 20 pounds of line in the
hole
hole already?
I'm sure there's more line than that.
But I'm sure there'll be a riot.
You know,
Everybody will come steal everything.
There must be a lot of tension.
I've got 20 spools of line.
Yeah.
20 spools of line on there.
Wow.
And it's still hanging on there. You know, I'm you know, that weight continues to go down. I don't know if there's a way of weighing that thing, you know, as it is.
Yeah, I was just interested in how much the line would weigh itself.
I could probably do that. You know, get one of those hanging scales.
Sure.
And spring operated stuff, and just sort of knot it off up there.
Yeah, why not? It's worth a try. And the other thing that's worth a try, I suppose, although you'd be cranking for a long time, would be to crank it back up again.
Well, no, I could just weigh like one spool of line. I think I'm up to about like 18 spools of line right now. So it wouldn't be too hard to get a weight on it.
All right. You'll report back to us on that?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
All right. The first time caller line, you're on the air with Mel. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, where are you?
Washington.
Yes. Oh, Washington again?
Yes.
Yes.
I was wondering, what was the
I'm sorry, everything's so loud.
weight on the end of the line?
Right.
Yeah, I was wondering what elements.
I'm trying to figure out this microphone.
It's a standard lead fishing weight. You were talking earlier, Al was talking earlier about
OJT.
Well, I was speculating. I saw the movie with about the very center of the earth. It was supposed to get hot when you go down, right?
All the webcams were gone.
The magnetism? Yeah. You're off into a territory that I can't answer. Mel, are you're gonna contact your wife works for a university, a local university. Have they? Did you tell them about this? And if so, what did they say?
Well, the people she talked to, because I nag her about it occasionally, they're telling her, you don't have a that deep,
So, in other words, they don't believe her.
No. What I'm trying to do is, kind of entice them out.
I'm not going to read anything coronavirus related. I hate that shit.
Willing to talk to, like, newspaper people or television people? They're crazy. They'd send someone down there.
Well, I know I'm talking to a lot of people on the phone right now and on the radio, but I am not sure if I'd want to have a.
All right, my man Ryan coming through.
So you're not sure you want that kind of publicity?
No, I'd be happy to, like I say,
Post Disclosure World 6 hours ago.
Keep people, informed about what's going on. Because I'm sort of making this my.
People would accuse you of going to the well one time too many.
People claiming Skinwalker Ranch is a hoax isn't compelling to me. Ute tribe has oral tradition going back 15 generations that Uinta Basin is a hot spot for paranormal activity. Nids, Bass, and now Brandon Frugal's team have all witnessed anomalous activity, along with some measurements.
Sometimes it rains nuts on my program. Listen, we're not talking about things falling from the sky right now. We're talking about a hole.
We're going to read this.
Well, I've switched it because I know.
Oh, well, anyway, as far as
Esoteric visions of obscura. Absolutely.
Noah has not found any water. Any water at all.
Much of the Southwest has reported assorted weirdness for years.
4,500 feet.
Reports around Sedona are very similar, for example. I have no time for people who haven't done the research or due diligence.
First time caller line, you're on the air with Mel.
7 likes.
Mel, hi, this is Conrad in Grasstown. We've got to talk about this whole well problem. Sure.
Nids turned up. Bigelow sold the ranch. You're defending a TV show about campfire stories. There is no evidence. There is no reason to entertain this, and every time geology gets wrapped up in these schemes, we lose ground and credibility. Wow.
He knows the weight of the line on a per foot basis.
Mick North.
As he puts more weight down the hole, if he could measure the total strain on the
Replying to UFO Jesus.
top of the line, he would know if any of that line was draped on anything. See, the
Pretty
thing
much
is,
saying
once
he's
you get
a
the fair
sham.
amount of line down there, the 1 pound weight on the end is insignificant.
Three replies.
And he wouldn't even, it could be hung up
Post
on
Disclosure World 6 hours ago.
laying on the bottom or something.
There is a reason to entertain it if you do not buy all the observations within the Uinta Basin are delusional people or misidentifications. I don't buy that. And regarding, quote, selling, quote, the ranch, I recommend this tweet. Brandon Frugal from March 28th. Good question. Based on my experience, Bigelow was capital not interested in selling it. This was more of a transfer of stewardship. 3 likes. Derek Knight. Loss of contract. They either didn't meet the requirements or companies came along with better capabilities. McNorth. So you can lose a ranch property if you don't have the capability to operate it? Question mark. Who lost what contract? Question mark. Today in history chimes in. I have no dire wolf in the Skinwalker fight. The burden of proof is on the series. Show us something. Convince us. Post-disclosure response. Agreed. But the sheer number of witness testimony should also have some weight, in my opinion, unless we are to believe that Nids, Bass, and now Frugal's team are delusional. Could be, but I wouldn't place my chips there. It's great advice, Ryan. Thanks, man. Don't put your chips there. Jamie K. Yeah, the government experiment nonsense goes out the window if Mr. Frugal has experienced the same or more compelling data since Bigelow. I just see disgruntled employees and rose-tinted finances trying to have a voice on this subject. You tell them, Jamie K. Oh, here we go. Alien scientist. 5 hours ago. Military psychological warfare test program. Perfect place for it. With the history and oral traditions. Interesting. Mary. I've seen this picture on this girl, Mary. I've seen that picture like on so many accounts. I'm guessing it's a bot account. Yep, that's what they say. Yup. Thumbs up emoji. Andy. Secrets destroy credibility, but the phenomenon doesn't care. Doubts are planted, and soon nobody knows what to believe. Uncertainty, as we see, does the world no good. Nothing's certain for a phenomenon. Disclosure for now is personal. It's not up to something forced. Andy's right. I agree with Andy. I'm not going to hit like because I'm not. Eclectic method. It's got a blue thing next to him. I would love to hear more of the pre-European stories. G-Thump, 3 hours ago. Government and military, government plus military equal filtered release. Just like when, quote, special ops, unquote, brought into the ranch were freaked when it followed them home to their families. Per George Knapp. Holy shit. That's crazy. So the phenomenon followed people home after they went to go investigate it. Only lightly spoken about. Yippee for a new, real private ownership. Boomer. Data being tracked is monumental. This is where it really gets fun. 3 bug. Laugh out loud. How can anyone think it's a hoax? Mole replies. Scorpion says, I would say fuck claims. Let's see the data. 2 likes. Post Disclosure World response. Observations is data too when it happens often enough and with / enough witnesses. Either way, Fugal says data will be shared in upcoming docuseries. Scorpion rips back. Observation is a type of data that hardcore skeptics filter out and call it junk. Not me. I'm talking about actual hardcores, who filter out every other's cars, and pay attention to only white cars because they own a white car. Whoa. What the hell does that mean? When I walk, post-disclosure world again, when I walk through the grocery store, I'm no longer a civilian. I'm an elite soldier. And all the other patrons are my enemies. My mission is to stay 6 feet away from my enemies as much as possible. I hate going to death zones, but boy, you gotta eat. Oh man, Ryan's freaking out. This is great. Can't believe that. That's the craziest tweet I've ever seen. When I walk through the grocery store, I'm no longer a civilian. I'm an elite soldier. And all other patrons are my enemies. Man, you could tell this dude does not like people at all. He might be part AI or hybrid. This might be one of these hybrids everybody's been talking about. Steven with the gif of a little kid eating toilet paper. Good luck, Ryan. Van Lowe. That'll make a great video game. 2 hours ago. Bima Jenkins. Amazon. Fresh supply equal supply drop. Martian. You're amazing, man. Way too cool. Post. Thank you. Night Sabers. With a gift from the professional. Holding up a gun. I don't know. Victoria asterisk. Smiley face. That's the truth. Say safe. Say safe. Oh God, I can't talk. Mickle in a pickle. I'm hearing ya. It's just so sad that I feel like a criminal being watched. Just to buy my children some jam for their toast. Fuck yeah. Why is it so difficult? Fuck your UFOs. One love with an alien face and a lizard and some stars and a tree and a check mark. It's got 1,292 followers. He chimes in. One love, period. One love to you too, alien face, lizard, stars, tree, checkered thing. Artificial nihilist. And needs to lift some weights every now and then. Keep up the good work, buddy. Disclosure feels hopeless without gentlemen like yourself. So she's saying that fucking, I think UFO Jesus needs to lift some weights. Scrawny arms? He does look quite spindly. He's pretty spindly. UFO Jesus. He's like really spindly. He might be a hybrid. I'm really telling you guys this. Look at that post. Did you see this Twitter post? Who the hell writes that? You're an elite soldier? Give me a break, dude. You have never served one day in the military. You're a freak. Dude, you wear the same kimono every day. I'm sure you got 2 Lysol cans in each hand. Super germaphobe. Dr. Sunshine replies. Here's Dr. Sunshine again. 1 hour ago. Dr. Sunshine says he's in the military. He's a top-notch official, and he's going to bring out some information. Oh, wait. Dr. Sunshine kind of smashes UFO Jesus here. Oh, man. Good one, Dr. Sunshine. Dr. Sunshine on Twitter to UFO Jesus says, elite, soldier, you are neither. You're an errand boy, sent by grocery clerks, to collect the toilet paper. Ooh, zing, there you go. Thomas BF. I'm 48 and used to have long hair. Listens to all kinds of and types of metal, guitar emoji, and never owned a gun. Soldier, huh? Question mark. Nah, punk. The aliens, quotes, alien face emoji, like kind, loving, and peaceful people. Non-violence, etc. So I've heard and read, nerd face. I think you are a pussy. Good day. Damn. Wow. UFO Jesus just got called a pussy on Twitter. Holy shit. That's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. Chuck Bam, how does it sound? Does it sound okay? Am I too loud? Do I need to shut up?
Plant life from northern Nevada. There were Native American plants that they needed to there for treatment of various illnesses, mostly cold and flu. Anyway, so because of the nature.
Oh, there was something I was going to read. There was a cool tweet, and I just can't find it. Oh, here's a good one. Barther BL. 5 hours ago. Responding to Melanie Marquez. Oh, he was translating it. Quote, usually when you sit on a public bench, you don't lick it. Quote, Dr. Horacio Arruda.
We got some kind of national security hole now, or some what? Well, excuse me. I assume by now they made a lot of determination about it. Sounds like something they want. Today on my answering machine, I had a message from my real estate agent
Where's the UFO stalker? I'm trying to find the UFO stalker. I don't know why I can't find it. Why is this so difficult?
Somebody wants to get their hands on my property. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to accept the quote generous offer and get out of this with your skin intact and a few bucks, or are you going to fight? Well,
UFO. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Tard. Here it is. UFOstalker.com. 5,859 followers. Ooh, man, they got some reports coming in. We're gonna have to go back to. All right, let's start from 18 hours ago. I saw this one. 38 satellites on the same trajectory. All right, yeah, it's called the Starlinks. We got that. Bright white light appeared, turned into a small green light, and turned back bright. So forth in a weird quick movement. 18 hours ago. UFO stalker. Bright orange, amber colored sphere moving with intelligence. Check that one out. No photos. Bright orange amber colored sphere moving with intelligence in the sky was seen from Snellville, Georgia, 3:25:20, around 9:25 p.m. for about 20 to 30 seconds. Changed direction a couple times and fading out.
If I drop much more line down there, based on what your caller said, this line will break at probably at the top of the line.
This guy says 10 hours ago. Every night.
Yeah, without a doubt. 80,000. 8 with what is that? 40.
Ufon. Every night. Monroe, Georgia. Oh, there's a video. Monroe, Georgia. Go to the parking lot of the Tractor Supply or the Longhorns. Every single night after it gets dark, around 9 p.m., 4 lights go by in the sky and fly in different formations, brighter than anything we have. Completely silent. I am telling you guys this so MUFON can go investigate this. You will definitely see something. I don't know if these are some kind of high-tech drones. I feel it's some kind of surveillance. This has been happening in other states as well. And Homeland Security says that it isn't ours. I'm going out there tonight with my night vision binocular camera to get some better footage. Something is happening over this town, and I feel it's a national security.
But that light came out of nowhere, didn't it? They're always over us. Every night.
Wow, it's a pretty tripped out video. Every night. He turns the camera sideways.
Now back to Mel. And Mel, a lot of this audience would not have heard, but there was another little bit of a legend of the whole.
He turned it sideways and it went vertical. You know how that happens? I don't know. He says it's in. Hang on, let me look. Monroe, Georgia. If you guys go on UFO Stalker Twitter, Monroe, Georgia, on March 27, 2020. He's got a video. He says it's happening every night.
So he was absolutely, the story is they were like absolutely, believe the dog came back.
It's on UFO Stalker.
Your will so that when you die,
Posted 10 hours ago.
your body into the hole, right? When I'm gone, I go to the hole. Oh well, but maybe not now, huh? Well, that's a matter for conjecture. I today I didn't have a chance to mention this. After finding out, the story about the black beam, the other night.
Lights passing. Was out having a smoke, and my dad started to freak, thinking he saw military lights. But my boyfriend and I came with my brother-in-law, and we noticed how these lights were moving, and they were 3 of them in the triangle shape at first, and they separated into a straight line. And then every 4 minutes, we would see another light coming from the north side, flying the same way. The other 4 were going. We saw at least 14 objects. Starlink. Why do I fall for Starlink ones?
And so I asked him, could he I sketched out a little how the property.
Witness 25 lights traveling in a group. See? Same shit. Everybody's freaking about the Starlink stuff. What's up, Blue? I'm just testing out the audio. I kind of want to. I got a microphone. Docile was like, get a microphone. So I got the last one in the store. No one's here. Never. The YouTube never shows anything.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I asked you about photographs. They don't let you close enough to take any photographs.
They don't want anybody to be streaming.
No, I understand. How about a drawing, Mel? Can you get us a drawing? Yeah.
Blue, how does it sound? Does it sound okay?
I had a question.
Am I too loud?
That I talked to you, said you got another fax about another anomalous hole.
That's right.
Colville area?
Oh, that's right. That's exactly right. I've got that fax. And I'll try and get to it.
Okay. On Sunday, I listened to your show a bit, and you had Linda talking about HARP.
That's right. Project HARP.
I'll have to get some Mucinex or something. I'm just reading UFO Stalker, Blue, to see if I can get any, just to test out the sound. The mic is really sensitive. Blue, how was your day? Anything cool happen today?
There is a tremendous amount of naturally generated high voltage electricity deep in the earth. What if the bottom of the hole on Bell's property is a
6 hours ago, UFO Stalker, darting UFO while shape-shifting.
in effect time machine over the centuries through various
The microphone is a, I got the last one at the store. It's called, it's a blue snowball ice. And it's like really sensitive. I hope I can tone it down. Green Man was saying I could tone it down a little bit. But it like picks up every single noise, which is kind of cool. We might be able to catch ghosts talking into it.
One of the things I found out is the crust, on average, on the Earth is about 20 miles deep. Now, underneath the crust, and this is something a lot of people don't know about, there's something known.
I wonder if Goofon will be on tonight. I'll shut off if he comes on.
MOHO discontinuity. What is that? It's named for a guy.
I just wanted to test out this microphone.
He was a Croatian seismologist. But I don't know much about seismology, but I'll tell you what I know about this continuity.
It's pretty crazy. It's a pretty big microphone.
Through this discontinuity,
I had the TV on super loud when I first put it on. I'm sure I blew everybody's ears off.
okay, normally they go like 7 kilometers per second. These are going like 8 kilometers per second when they go through there. And it's believed that it has to do.
Do I sound clearer as opposed to the laptop microphone?
You have the MOHO discontinuity, then you have the mantle. And so that region is very, very little known, as you can well imagine.
I'm sure the laptop microphone had to be brutal, but this one has to be like ultra clear. So I'm kind of trying to get it into the Goldilocks zone.
That goes on underneath the crust that is very, very peculiar. And I just thought I might mention that. All right. Well, I don't know anything about that. That's very interesting. All I know is.
Oh, good. Goof-On's on tonight. That's cool.
We were going. I had.
That's awesome.
I've got volunteers who are willing to go down.
That's good news.
But now that's obviously not going to occur.
Sunday night. Man, Tommy, those guys, Tommy and Tommy and Jason Miller, I think. Tommy, L, and Jason. They were lighting up Rich, man. That was super cool.
Only got me onto the access road. I mean, I still got. I was
That's nice. I'd like that. I'm really happy for Rich. That's awesome. I told him his chat room was a gold mine a long time ago. I'm like, your show is cool, man. The chat room is the best. I really enjoy it. I sound okay. I'm kind of standing about a yard away because I think I might be too loud.
The refrigerator, I didn't hear anything. I mean, I expected, something that massive, and I expected something, but I thrown things there that I knew would make interesting sounds, like television tubes, picture tubes. Yeah, they explode. Yeah, those are my favorite. And no, I couldn't get an explosion or anything out of it. So I have not heard anything actually touching on it. I mean, it's almost impossible. It seems. The hole right now, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 miles.
Oh, really? YouTube takes a lot? I didn't know that.
It is hitting bottom. Let's say it's hitting bottom in 15 miles. How long would it take? What would I hear it about?
Oh, poor Rich. So you're saying that Rich is only getting probably about 60%, maybe? And then with all the different currency he's getting, it's got to level out as well. But it's still way cool, I wonder how much he gets in Patreon. If maybe Patreon pays more. I don't know. It's a dual-edged sword. It's like YouTube is giving their platform for Rich to talk on, so it's like you got to kind of pay the man to tax. Wow, nearly half? No shit. Wow. No kidding. Well, that's cool. Well, when Rich comes on, I'm going to go join in over there. It'll be fun. I just wanted to test the mic out. Seems like it's pretty sensitive. I got to look at the settings. I'll jump back on after Rich is over. Yeah, I agree, Blue. Hey, if you want to help the dude out, straight up, don't throw it to YouTube. I mean, they're actually providing the platform, but I'm pretty sure they got enough of our money. You're trying to support Rich, and so maybe the best way to do it is straight to his ass. And then just say, hey, man, I made a PayPal to you. Thank you. I saw Mr. MBB333. He's like, well, I call it a tip jar. He's like, the tip jar is always open. You want to jump in or whatever, throw a tip. He's got a lot of followers too. he doesn't get that many. I don't know. Maybe he gets a lot. Who knows? But it all adds up. I don't think it costs, it doesn't really cost Rich anything. So to split the cost with YouTube, I would hope it's not half. That'd be horrible. Hope he gets more than half, because he's doing the work on the platform. But to tax him that much, I don't know. Maybe that's a good conversation to have with people that watch Goof On. Super Chat's awesome, but if you really want to support Rich, wouldn't you want to just go right to PayPal and be like, here, you keep 100% of my cash?
They actually said that to you. Those were almost verbatim the exact words they said.
You guys are all smarter than me. You guys should figure this out. Should people make super chats? Especially the Canadians, where it's like half the value, right? I don't know. I don't know anything.
Hello there. Yes, Robert in Milwaukee. Hi, Robert. I just had a thought connecting Stephen Greer at C30.
I'm gonna play this for maybe about 10 more minutes, then I'm gonna cut off because I think Blue Chicken said that Rich was gonna be on, and I like Rich's show. Rich is cool. He lets me share his show on the lockdown stream at night, which is very impressive to me. So does Manny Moonraker. Those guys are super cool.